friends. So today I'm going to go ahead and share with you all the things that we as parents need to do when our kid is sick or when anybody in our family is sick. So, and obviously, the workload increases when you have a member in your family that is sick. But the first thing that you should remember is that stay motivated and you make sure you're dressed, you take your bath, you're dressed well, you're fresh early in the morning, and that throughout the day you have a smile on your face. Today I'm going to go ahead and share with you what are the things that we need to do to help the patient or the sick person get better and feel comfortable. And I've made some lovely friends through this YouTube, and one of my dear friends suggested quite a few tips when they heard that Rishi is not well. And let me tell you, his advice and his suggestions matched with what our parents have been telling us, or some of these we've been following as parents ourselves. So let's get started. So generally when someone is sick, they'll either start with a cough or a cold. So the best thing that you need to do, the first thing that we need to do is gargles. Now this is something that is very commonly done in Asian, especially Indian homes. However, in US, never have I heard a doctor recommend gargles for a person who's sick. But mind you guys, that gargles really help. And now how do they work and how you need to do it, I'll show you in a few minutes. So what you need to do is, you need to take a microwavable cup and fill it with water. Once it's filled with water, now what quantity you want is up to you, depending upon who the patient is. So if it's an adult, you can give them a big cup of water. If it's a small kid, give them a little bit of water and give them in breaks. And you should be doing these gargles at least a minimum 2 to 3 times a day. And once you've got this water in, you put it in your microwave and heat it. Now once again, heating in microwave at what temperature or for how many minutes will also depend upon the patient. Now if it's a patient, it's a small kid, then I would suggest not make it too hot. Do not make it too hot. But if it's an adult, then you can make it a little bit hotter because they can, deal with it and do the gargles. But the better, if it's not enough warm, then it's not going to go ahead and be as effective as it should be. So once you have this, for example, I'm going to go ahead and heat this for about 1 minute and 15 seconds. And I'm doing this for Rishi. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this. And once it's done, I would suggest that whenever you are giving it to a kid or anyone as such, anybody who's sick, always you can, make sure you've washed your hands with soap, as I've done. And you can put your little finger, one of your fingers in, dip it fast because if it's too hot, you might burn. So just dip it in and see if it's the correct temperature, as I'm going to do. So yeah, it's a little bit hot, and I don't know if Rishi is going to do it or not, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And once this is hot, you go ahead and put about half teaspoon or 1, depending upon what it is. I just take my normal approximate like this, and I just put some salt in it. And once I put this salt, I'll just use a spoon and I'll mix it well. Now if your kid is fussy and he's takes the first sip and say, oh, it's hot, then what you can do is pour in a little bit of cold water, but make sure it doesn't completely cool down this water. So just try to see what is the correct temperature for it. It should not be lukewarm, as I said. It should be a little bit hot, because when you gargle, it's going to go into your throat and it's going to kill the germs. And the more gargles you do in a day, it not only gives relief to the throat if you have sore throat or cough, but it also kills germs in your throat. So once this is done, I'm going to go ahead and take this to Rishi, and he's going to go ahead and gargle it. So this is the procedure to do it. You take a sip of water in your mouth, a big sip, and tilt your head all the way back and let the water go into your throat and then make this gargling sound. And try to do this for as long as possible before you spit it out. So with Rishi, he generally spits it out before, I want him to. But right now, since we're doing this video, he's being a good boy. So once you are done with gargling, just keep one sip in the end and take that sip and drink it. It's going to really soothe your throat because it's going to be warm water with salt. So if you have a sick person at home, and especially if that person has a cold, the best remedy, home remedy, is giving them half-boiled egg or soft eggs. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and give Rishi. I'm going to go ahead and give him for breakfast one half-boiled egg. And it's pretty easy to make. All you need to do is put your egg and pour in a little bit of water and then go ahead and plug it in. I'm using my egg cooker. And once it starts beeping, I know my half-boiled egg is ready. Now this half-boiled egg, if you have it, even though you're not sick and you still have it in the morning, it's going to increase your immunity and your chances of getting sick also decreases to a great amount. So my half-boiled egg is ready. I'm going to go ahead and transfer it into this tray and then serve it. Now for this, what I do is I'm going to give it a little tap. So I'm going to just stab it and break a little bit on the top like this and peel off the top. So once I've peeled off a little bit so that it's easy for the spoon to go in and he can have it, I'm going to go ahead and put some salt on the side. Now you can also put some black pepper, but since Rishi has strep throat, so it's going to hurt him, I'm going to just go ahead and give him some salt. And this needs to be eaten hot or warm. So I'll go ahead and immediately give this to him to eat. The next very useful home remedy is to have some warm or hot milk, and in that warm or hot milk put in some turmeric powder. Now best would be to use raw turmeric, but unfortunately I don't have that. But if you are in Asia, you can easily get raw turmeric. But at this point I'm going to use organic ground turmeric, and I'm going to put a little bit of that in this milk. So turmeric is really good. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put a little bit of ground ginger powder. So I'm using ground ginger powder and I'm going to sprinkle some in here. And if you want to go ahead and use boil this milk in a pan, then you can also use ginger in it. Shred some ginger and then put that in. I'm going to give it a mix, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of sugar. And mix it well. So this warm milk will also soothe the throat and help in killing all the germs because of the ginger and turmeric that has been put in this. If you have a thermos that keeps food warm or water warm, use that. Warm some water and put that warm water in this, and make sure you keep it next to the patient So whenever, he has to, the patient has to drink water, he has warm water right in front, next to him at the side tables or the end tables, and make sure that they drink water, plenty of water, so that they stay hydrated. The sick person has a cold and needs to blow their nose frequently. A very good thing is to keep a tissue box. Yes, guys, use a tissue box. Let them use tissues. Don't make them use hankies because that's unhygienic. So keep a tissue box again next to that person near the on the side table, and also a trash can, so that as soon as they blow the nose, they are able to throw it in the trash. So leave it just next to the person. Okay. So the next thing that we need to do to help our patient recover faster is make soup. Now, if you're able to make homemade soup, there's nothing like it. But if you can't for any reason, no problem. There are so many soups available in stores and markets, and all you need to do is put some water, boil it, and then serve it. And yes, guys, all that chinaware and crockery that we have at home, that we've kept specially, in the cabinets for guests, this is the time to get them out. Make it special for the patient, use that crockery and serve the soup in them, and see how special and loved they'll feel. So my YouTube friend who recommended to give Rishi some soup, I need to tell you something very funny. He was not ready to have soup, but once, I read your comment, he was, yes, mommy, I want soup. Can you make some soup for me? So thank you. Next very important thing is, let the sick person take plenty of rest and sleep as much as possible. Now, if they have a cough and a cold, especially in the night, it becomes very difficult to sleep because of the cold. The breathing becomes difficult, and because of the cough. So good thing to do is that you have 2 pillows, and you raise their head up so that it helps them in breathing. So what we need to do is have at least 2 pillows to put some height, and this is going to help the patient, the person who's sick, a little bit. It will make it easier for them to breathe in the night or anytime while they're sleeping in the day. So friends, today at the end of the day, we checked Rishi's temperature, and at this point it is 98.6. So it is normal. And the best thing is that he has recovered quite fast. Yeah, but it could change. I mean, during the night, we need to still monitor it. And we are hoping that by tomorrow, one more day, and he should be okay. Now, the doctor, he had said that it's going to take him about 5 to 7 days to recover and the fever to go. So, at this point, this is the 2nd day. So, we are hoping by 3rd day, he's going to be fine. So, his recovery has been quite fast, touch wood. And definitely, the medicine that the doctor prescribed has helped. But along with that, these home remedies that we've done, that have helped quite a lot. And yes, guys, if somebody is sick, definitely I'm going to say that take the medicines that a doctor prescribes. But along with it, use these home remedies, because these are all natural ingredients. So there's never going to be any side effect. It's only going to give you some help. It's going to ease the pain, the discomfort of the patient, and help in recovering faster. And I wanted to thank you all for sending best wishes and blessings for Rishi to recover. All those wishes have definitely helped in his quick recovery. And one more important thing, so when you try these with your kids, and if they are, or if your patient is a difficult patient, and let me tell you, Rishi is a difficult patient. So you can also try this trick. I told him that, I'm going to record all this stuff. I'm making a video. So you have to eat all this. So yes, guys, it helped. And without any fuss, he had his egg, his half-boiled egg. He drank his milk with turmeric and ginger, and he had it soup, and he's drinking his warm water, and he's doing all the things that I've told him for today, and I guess that has helped. So one major, trick to do it is get a camera ready and tell your kids, I need to record this for some blah, blah, blah reason, and see how quickly they're going to go ahead and, listen to you and do all that, which will help in a quick recovery. So a quick trick for you. And now I'm going to go ahead and take your leave, and I'll come back again with another video. Hopefully, Rishi is going to be well by tomorrow, and things will get back to normal. And once again, thank you so much for all your, best wishes for Rishi. And now I'll take your leave. See you. Bye-bye.
And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so it notifies you when I put in my new video for you to enjoy. Bye.